The Galactic Defense Academy had tested camouflage for 300 cycles. Every known species had tried it. Every known species had failed in predictable ways. Some relied on light bending, some relied on color-shifting skin, some used psychic misdirection, some used active holograms. All of them shared the same weakness. They needed technology, they needed energy, they needed rules. Humans did not. That was why the trial existed. The official designation was Adaptive Concealment Trial 9. Unofficially, it was called the Impossible Field. The terrain was a controlled death world zone. Humidity high, visibility low, predator signatures everywhere. The ground was thick with wet soil, dark mud, rotting plant matter, standing water. Thermal fog rolled between twisted trees. Insects screamed constantly. Sensors struggled. Observers watched from an elevated platform behind. Layered shields, .20 cadets stood at the edge of the field. 19 were alien. 1 was human. The aliens shifted nervously. Scaled limbs flexed, kitten clicked, feathers puffed. The human did not move. Cadet Marcus Hale, Death World Classification Terror, no active camouflage gear, no optical field, no stealth harness, just standard fatigues. The instructor spoke, Commander, Relk of the Threxian clade. His mandibles clicked with irritation. This is a concealment trial. You will enter the field. You will attempt to avoid detection for 30 minutes. Observers will track thermal motion, scent, electromagnetic disturbance. Failure occurs on first confirmed detection. The commander paused, his compound eyes fixed on the human. Cadet Hale, you are permitted to use issued equipment only. No environmental damage, no burrowing, no interference with sensors. Marcus nodded once. Yes, sir. The commander made a dismissive gesture. Begin, the horns sounded. The field swallowed them. The first detection came after 12 seconds. Rick's scout flared bright on thermal. Its skin shimmered. Too perfect. The sensors locked failure, AA. Minute later, another. A Kishari, using light, REFRACTION. The humidity distorted the field. Failure, one by one, they fell. Clever tricks, advanced biology, expensive tech, all visible, all traceable. The observers marked, each lost. Commander Relk was satisfied. Then he frowned. One signal was missing. He tapped the console. Locate human cadet. The technician paused. Negative lock. Relk clicked sharply. Expand parameters. Already did. No thermal signature. No motion trail. No scent spike. No EM noise. Relk leaned forward. That is impossible. Humans ran hot. They breathed loudly. They moved heavily. They sweated. They were detectable, always. The minutes passed. The remaining aliens were eliminated. The field was empty. Except it was not. 30 minutes approached. Relk's irritation turned to suspicion. Scanned for biological mass anomalies. Nothing. Scanned for soil displacement. Normal. Scanned for micro-movement. Nothing. Relk slammed a claw on the console. Where is the human? The horn sounded again. Trial end. The field remained silent. Relk stood. Cadet Hale, exit the field. No response. The commander's mandibles spread. This is not a game. Still nothing. A murmur rippled through the observers. Relk activated the loudspeaker. Marcus Hale. Return now. The ground moved. Not much, just a slow shift. Right at the edge of the field. Mud slid. Downward. A human face emerged. Covered in wet soil, eyes calm. Breathing slow. Marcus rose. Mud peeled off him. He looked like part of the swamp had decided to stand. Up, several observers recoiled. One screamed. Relk stared. "You were there the entire time?" "Yes, sir." "How?" Marcus shrugged. "I laid down." Silence. The commander's mandibles twitched. "You cannot block thermo that way." Marcus wiped mud from his eyes. "I did not block it. I matched it." Relk stepped closer. "Explain." Marcus spoke evenly. "I dug a shallow depression. I let the mud soak my clothes. I slowed my breathing. I controlled my heart rate. I kept water over my skin. I stayed still." Relk stared. "You used no technology." "No, sir." "You altered the environment." "I did not damage it. I just became part of it." The commander looked at the data again. The truth was uncomfortable. The sensors had not failed. They had seen exactly what was their cold mud. Still water, no disturbance. A human-shaped patch of swamp. Relk straightened. "This violates Doctrine." Marcus tilted his head. "With respect, sir. Doctrine assumes concealment is something you turn on. For humans, it is something we learn." The observers whispered. This was wrong. This was unsettling. Relk changed the trial parameters. Second phase, active pursuit, predator drones, live tracking. Marcus nodded. "Yes, sir." The drones launched. 6 of them, fast, sharp, armed. They hunted by sound, heat, movement. They entered the field. The swamp swallowed them. The first drone slowed, its sensors confused. The mud dampened vibrations. The fog blurred optics. The drone adjusted. Too late, something struck it. Not hard, just enough. The drone sank, its lights vanished under the mud. Another drone detected movement. It charged. A splash, then silence. One by one they failed. Not destroyed. Disabled, submerged. 30 seconds later, all 6 were gone. The field was quiet. Again Marcus emerged once more. He was breathing harder now, but still calm. Relk stared at the wreckage. "You ambushed them." "Yes, sir." "With mud." "Yes, sir." The commander felt something unfamiliar. Not anger, not frustration, unease. "You were invisible." Marcus shook his head. "No, sir. I was obvious. I was exactly what the environment expected." Relk dismissed the trial. The data was sent to High Command. The response came quickly, too quickly. Human camouflage doctrine was requested. Human survival instructors were summoned. Death World training was reevaluated. Humans were reclassified. Not as fragile, not as loud, but as adaptive, as deceptive, as terrifyingly patient. Later that cycle, a senior strategist asked Marcus a question. "Why mud?" Marcus thought, "Because mud does not try to hide. It just exists, and nothing questions it." The strategist recorded that line. It became required reading. Years later, on a battlefield light years away, an alien commander reviewed sensor data. No enemies detected. The ground looked calm to calm. Then the mud stood up, and the war ended in seconds. Asterisk.